There's no denying, the new PlayStation is weird looking. Forget what the PS5 looks like just for a moment. We'll come back to that in a minute. Take a look at the games. Under the skin, the PS5 has a custom AMD GPU, which supports ray tracing, a method of creating more realistic lighting effects. This means more visual whiz-bang for your buck. And it has an 825GB SSD, which means load times should be drastically reduced.
Whoa.
It comes in two flavours, the full-fat, full-price version, which features an Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, and a cheaper digital-only version, which lacks the optical drive.
Watch it! He's throwing something!
As well as ray tracing, the GPU is technically capable of 8K graphics, although for now 4K is all we've seen. It should be able to pump out 120 frames per second visuals as well, although so far everything that I've been playing has been at 60 frames, although very smooth. I've been testing this machine for a couple of weeks and I've mainly been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales and Astro's Playroom, which comes bundled free with the machine. Both titles demonstrate what the next generation is capable of, but in different ways. Spider-Man is simply gorgeous to look at, and the way in which Spidey traverses the Big Apple, web swinging, wall crawling, running and leaping from building to building, as well as taking out bad guys with his trademark athleticism, spider sense and web slingers are all great calling cards for Sony's new machine. Astro's Playroom casts the player as a cute little robot who embarks on a series of adventures inside the console. While some of these experiences are no doubt influenced by any number of platformers and adventure games, they do serve to showcase the PS5's new DualSense controller. So here I have to use my little robots to pull out this cable, and I can feel the feedback and the elasticity of the cable through the controller. It feels weird to be impressed by that, but I really am. Something I'm less impressed with is the PlayStation 5's physical box. The PS5 has variously been described as looking like a router or an air conditioning unit, which is fair enough because it's one weird looking console, but I think all of its strange styling quirks are to try and mask its massive bulk. This is a big console. It's so big that it has its own postcode. In fact, I think it's so big it's probably visible from the International Space Station.
Houston, I can confirm. I can see the PlayStation 5 from space. Over.
Of course, the biggest challenge the PS5 will face is not from its own massive dimensions, but from the Xbox Series X. Like the PS5, the Series X has better graphics and a super fast SSD, which drastically reduces loading times. It also comes in two versions, the Series X and the less powerful, cheaper Series S. One feature that sets it apart is the brilliant Quick Resume, which lets you switch between games in seconds, picking up where you left off. And perhaps the ace up Microsoft's sleeve for the Xbox is Game Pass, a Netflix-style subscription service which gives players access to hundreds of titles for a monthly price.
We think Xbox Game Pass is a critically important part of our platform. We are trying to make gaming more seamless, easier to try new games, easier to experiment with new games. It's really just offering a ton of choice to players right now.
So, which of the two new next-gen machines to choose from? Well, they are actually pretty different. The PS5 at the moment feels like the most next-gen of the two. That's because the games that are available for it at the moment really do show off what this machine can do. The Xbox Series X, on the other hand, is the more powerful of the two machines here, and Game Pass really does open up a whole world of video games to people that don't want to spend as much money per month on titles. This is an evolution rather than a revolution, but on this evidence, it's off to a strong start.